So let's start with something that's been a long time coming, and it is kind of embarrassed that it took me this long to do it, but I did it. I got this sticker.
Hey, L for loser.
I have a big L.
Put it on your chest.
The biggest L of all. I'm almost 40.
There you go.
So now I will go drive car.
Good for you.
Yes, thank you.
I have commenced the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did like a fucking we're gonna start driving podcast announcement simultaneously like 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And when I actually sat down and was like, I'm gonna read my book, it took like 2 weeks. But I'm lazy.
You know what's sad is like that learner's permit sticker is like more unrecognizable to me than the Japanese green and yellow.
Give me bro.
The fucking stupid.
Bro. Come on. Oh my god.
It's bad. It's bad out here.
Bad.
It's very bad.
You need to go outside.
It's not good. I'm not saying that it's good.
So hey, Wolves, when you go and get when you do your L test, I have a piece of information for you that you would probably appreciate, which is if you pass, they're gonna take your picture right then and there.
Oh yeah.
Which I was not planning on.
Oh. Oh, did you have that? I had that, like, because, yeah, when you go to, like, take your passport photo, for example, and then it's like, okay, let's go. And you're like, oh, yeah, right, now, true.
I thought I thought I was going to get, like, a fucking, oh, you passed in the mail.
Right, yeah.
No, it was like, all right, saddle. I'm like, oh, I got to pat down this bald. Ugh.
And you know what? That photo is what they need to identify you as, because that's how you look on a regular day.
True. Yeah.
You know, you wandering down to the, well, I mean, for Americans, it's the DMV. For us, we have, here it's the SAAQ. I don't know what they got out there.
No, it's the SAC, isn't it?
SAAQ.
Oh my God, it is the SAAQ. God, that's so awful. What?
As opposed...
Quebec, what the fuck?
You know.
Do you want to go down to the SAQ before going down to the SAAQ?
Don't do that. Don't go to the SAQ where you can buy alcohol before you go down to the SAAQ where you get your driver's license. No, you go down to the
SAAQ first, then you go down to the SAQ.
I see.
That way, you're not tipsy.
Société des Alcools.
So I tell you what, one of the contributing factors, I don't know if I talked about this last time, but I mean, have the baby. I should probably know how to fucking drive.
You should.
Right?
That'd be good.
But the other thing is that when I'm like, yeah, I can't drive, I've been hit with the look. And I thought the look was shame. I thought the look was like, man, this guy can't even drive. Like from people that we know kind of thing. Right? That's not what that look means. That look is, oh, he's got DUIs.
What? Okay, that
I can tell. You know when you can tell?
That's got to be people that don't know you very well.
Well, they don't know me that well. No.
Okay, that's pretty nuts. No, because I would say that like I never like. Okay, here's the weird part. For me, everyone that is from here lives this experience, so we all get it. The first time I got the weirdness you're describing was from talking to the internet here, because if you live in the city, you realize how driving is, how insane it can get owning a car here sometimes. And like that, like someone like Reggie kind of existing where I'm just like, hey, what has your life experience has been like? And you're like, oh yeah, no, same kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Why would I ever need to drive a car?
Like it is a different thing here. You know, if you happen to be in the city as well, like if you're coming from the West Island or further out, then yeah, that makes more sense for sure.
Like I remember we had a friend of ours that we'd be like, hey man, we're going to go see the movie. And you're like, okay, hold on, let me go find a place to park.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like an hour late.
I mean, poor Min, like I've said, like he's had to leave the office while we were working to go home to fucking pay for extra meter time to then come back to work. You know, it was brutal. But anyway, it's still a skill that's very useful to have, but it's just very common that when you live in a really walkable city, there's a lot of people like me and my friends that grew up that were like, we walk and or grab the metro or bus to go anywhere we want to. We bike where we want to. We grab the city bikes. Like, people just move around very quickly and easily. It takes about 15 minutes to get far places, 5 to get close places. So, that's the pace of life.
But I tell you what, though, there is one thing about the L that I did not like. I really did not like. So you have to pass 40 of 50 questions, but then the test just ends once you've answered 40 correctly.
Oh.
So, like, I got to, like, 43 questions, and I answered the 40th correctly, and it was like, you have passed, it's over. Like, no, I wanted to do all 50. I wanted to see what my fucking score would have been.
Well, now you got 3 wrong.
Yeah, but I could have gotten more wrong.
Yeah, hypothetically.
I could have, like, it's annoying. Come on.
But, like, you know exactly how many you get wrong for each count after 40.
And the 3 that I got wrong were, like, those ones that it's like all the answers read the same, and they're like, which of these is the smart way to say this? And I'm like, fuck off, these are all things you could say to somebody.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's nice. And I remember the thing I always learned was like, hey, even if you don't use it, by getting it early, you get your insurance to go down, because the longer
because I have to wait a year now.
Exactly.
Before I can drive by myself.
But then the longer you have it, once you get the full license, the longer you hold it without anything going wrong, the better your insurance gets.
I wonder how it's going to work with my insurance, because I'm not an 18-year-old child.
So I'll tell you exactly how that's going to go. Is by the exact statistics. If you are in the 18 to 25 bracket, you are like 80% of the accidents that occur. It's insane.
I'm well aware of that.
And then the moment you turn 26, you drop down to like where the rest of the population is, which is very, very squished at the bottom. And then when you're in the 55 or 50 to 65 range, you're actually the safest. And then the moment you turn 66, you're dangerous again.
Hey man, listen. Think of how much cooler we would have been if we were breaking the speed limit while driving when we were 20.
Sure. Yeah. That would have
been very cool.
Everyone would have thought you were the raddest. And
that's right.
And the type of vehicle you have determines that attitude as well. And the color of the vehicle determines that as well. Yeah. Like, it's so nuts that it's just like, yeah, insurance says we don't know why or care, but red cars mean we're going to charge you more, because by the numbers, people in fast red cars crash more.
Well, because red cars go faster.
Yeah, sure, but
they do.
But just like that is the color of impulse.
Yeah. I think there's something that we failed to mention earlier, which is like, yes, Montreal is an incredibly walkable city and subway-oriented city, but there's something else that really contributes to not learning how to drive if you grow up or live in Montreal for a while, which is you walk down the street and see 10 minor accidents in a 30-minute walk, and multiple pedestrian almost fatalities, and cyclists fighting people. And you go, I don't want to enter into this
world. Tabarnak, I can't. So what if I can't turn right on a red light? I can go right through it.
Yeah, that's the classic. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, like, you remember that place I used to live where next to the metro station, there was that red light that just had a cop parked next to it
permanently
all day, every day. Because every single day people would just sail right through that fucking red light like they didn't give a fuck.
It also doesn't help that like potholes that people are speeding past are like dropping it so that the bottom of the suspension is hitting the pothole as it comes out.
Someone in the chat asks a fun question. Oh, you guys can't turn right on red? Oh, no, you can turn right on red. You can turn right on red in Quebec. You can only specifically not turn right on red on the island of Montreal.
Not on the island. Anywhere else.
Because Montrealers can't be trusted to turn right on red.
Too dangerous for pedestrians, man. Too dangerous. Can't be doing that shit.
Awful.
We gotta
Just
save.
the worst.
We gotta save lives and just say, you know what? Nah.
No, don't. You can't do it. Well, because if you allowed turning right on red in Montreal, I think the first thing that would happen is that like people would be turning right at stop signs into one-way streets.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where you're like, this is up to the driver's discretion, but a lot of discretion of drivers on this island is dog shit and cannot be trusted.
It's not good.
So we will not be letting this be up to the driver's discretion.
No, you are not trusted.
That's it.
You can't do it.
Too dangerous.
Not allowed.
And again, and here's the thing too, because we're also a pedestrian city, there's more pedestrians all over, right? Like imagine, I mean, like there's the risks are not just the crazy driving and stuff. It's also there's a lot more people about not using the roads to get around that you can hit.
Pedestrians in Montreal don't believe in crosswalks.
I mean, we have little versions of Shibuya popping up all over downtown.
Those painted lines on the street mean nothing to me.
They're suggestions. They're suggestions, Pat. Anyway, I talked about the video. There's the channel Not Just Bikes that did like a big analysis.
Most of that.
It's quite interesting to see an outside perspective on it because it's like, yeah, as far as like this city goes compared to North America, it's way more interesting and like it's got a whole lot of friendly passages for like pedestrians to move safely and not be, crossing anything that dangerous. But then you get out at fucking Namur,
I forget what it was called. It was like traffic islands or some shit.
Yeah, you get stranded in between, and you're now in a Death Star trench of cars going back and forth.
Areas that a pedestrian can be shuttled to or walk to, but cannot leave.
Oh man. Yeah, it's crazy how like in one fell swoop you get out at a door of a station and to the left is a park and a bunch of closed streets and amazing walking and to the right is just absolute hell. Crossing fucking like 8-lane stroads as they're called, street roads. It's an urban planning fucking disaster in some cases and miracle in others.
Now that I have the L, I've made the decision for my family and marriage that I will be taking professional driving courses instead of just going, "Hey wife, teach me how to drive," because that might cause friction. It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, I can see that.
That could cause a slight degree of friction.
I can see that. Woolie says he loves Montreal, but everything he says about it sounds like a shithole. Listen,
That's how you love things.
If you can't shit on the place you live a little bit accurately, then I don't trust you or believe you.
It means you don't really live there.
You probably don't actually live there. Having been here, I can tell you top to bottom what the fuck is going on, and it's real shit. Yes, and there is absolutely a ton here that I am all about and love. In fact, well, actually, yeah, there's some folks that might be coming this way. I'll not say just yet because I don't know if they've announced, but there's someone that we know that might be coming to Montreal to live. But and because I've just been recently like looking around and thinking about all that stuff, and it's like, yeah, you gotta be able to tell me like where you like to go eat, what's a cool place to hang out, and also where the shit is happening in your city. That's how I know I can fucking trust you. That's how I know it's real.